Hawaiians tell a legend that in the time of the deep darkness, Kane, god of creation, picked up a giant gourd floating in the sea and threw it high into the air. Its curved top flew off, becoming the sky. Two other great pieces became the sun and the moon. Its seeds became the stars, and the rest became the islands and fell into the sea. Kane then said, "We must make a chief to rule the earth and provide for his needs." Then Kanaloa, god of the vast endless sea, said, "I will fill the sea with many living creatures for the chief to use." So it was that man and the creatures of the sea were born. When the first Polynesians discovered Hawaii, they found beautiful islands blanketed with lush forests, cascading waterfalls, and an ocean filled with thousands of forms of marine life. There were no mosquitoes, no snakes or lizards, and the only land mammal was a small bat. Formed over 70 million years, the Hawaiian Islands were forged by repeated volcanic eruptions. As the Pacific portion of the Earth's crust moved slowly to the northwest, molten lava rose from a fixed hotspot beneath the crust. When lava reached the surface, a new island was formed. This process can be seen today on the island of Hawaii, where Kilauea continues to erupt. Over time, these isolated islands were colonized by only those creatures capable of traveling great distances on wind or sea. Scientists estimate that new land organisms arrived at a rate of only one every 70,000 years. Most of the marine life in Hawaii came from the western Pacific, the center of the world's greatest diversity of marine species. As the rising Hawaiian volcanoes neared the surface of the sea, coral larvae attached themselves to rocks, beginning the slow formation of Hawaii's coral reefs. Many other forms of marine life followed, evolving into the kaleidoscope of life found in Hawaii today. Corals and their colonies form the foundation of life in the ocean surrounding Hawaii. Relatives of the sea anemone and jellyfish, coral larvae adhere to objects in shallow, well-lighted water. Once attached, they secrete a hard limestone cup around themselves and reproduce, creating the colony seen here. Coral colonies typically grow upward toward the light at a rate of 1 to 2 inches a year, building upon the limestone skeletons of their predecessors. Commonly seen varieties of Hawaiian corals include the cauliflower, lobe, and finger corals. Each is adapted to a particular environment along the reef. The sturdy cauliflower coral is often found in shallow water, where it endures constant wave action, while the delicate finger coral needs calmer, deeper water. Coral reefs provide a home to many sea creatures, among them the octopus. Possessing excellent eyesight and a remarkable intelligence, they're known for their memory and problem-solving ability. It can protect itself by squirting a large cloud of ink and obscuring its escape. It has the ability to maneuver into incredibly small spaces. A master of disguise, the octopus can change not only the color, but also the texture of its skin. It can even regenerate missing tentacles if necessary. The moray eel is one creature that would make a meal out of an octopus. Moray eels come in many shapes and sizes, and generally are not as aggressive as they look. In fact, this tiger and snowflake moray are quite timid when encountered by divers. White-mouthed morays have very poor eyesight, a keen sense of smell, and very sharp teeth. They rely heavily on smell to track down food such as octopus, small fish, or in this case, a smaller eel. Most eels spend their day in holes in the reef, hunting for food after dark. They are curious, however, and unintentionally frightening. Hawaii is home to about 450 species of reef and shore fishes. 20 to 30% of those are found nowhere else on Earth. These colorful dancers of the reef are butterfly fish. It's not hard to tell how the raccoon butterfly got its name. Look closely for a black dot on its tail. Biologists believe this false eye spot may confuse predators as to which end is the head. Ornate butterfly fish mate for life and rarely move apart during their entire lives. Swimming in pairs, ornates feed on the mucus produced by corals. The threadfin butterfly gets its name from the thin thread-like fin on its back. A butterfly fish with a special adaptation for feeding is this forceps butterfly, whose long nose allows it to feed in small cracks on the reef. Uncommon in Hawaii, the lined butterfly is one of the largest butterfly fish. Butterfly fish are some of the most beautiful fish in Hawaii. The trumpet fish is one of the few fish with the ability to swim both forward and backward. Its tubular mouth is expandable, allowing it to swallow fish whole. Trumpet fish, like the octopus, are chameleons of the reef. They can change their skin color and pattern to blend into their surroundings. These soldier fish school inside caves during the day, then disperse at night to feed on plankton. Their large glassy eyes are adapted well for seeing at night. The goatfish probes the sand and around rocks with their mobile whiskers or sensory barbels. These barbels are really tasters for locating food. Surgeonfish, like this orange-banded surgeon, have a spine near their tail, as sharp as a surgeon's scalpel. It can often be found grazing on algae along the reef. As a juvenile, the yellow-tailed chorus is red with white spots. As it matures, the chorus body coloration changes dramatically. A member of the wrasse family, the chorus eats baby sea urchins, crabs, and shrimp. Another wrasse, the rock mover, is named for its habit of turning over rocks. The juvenile rock mover, seen here, is so different from the adult that it is often mistaken for a different species. The colorful Christmas wrasse is mainly found in shallow water. They use their pectoral or side fins in a rowing motion. The peacock flounder lives in the sandy areas of the reef. While remaining motionless, it is difficult to see. Using its natural camouflage and flat shape to blend in, the flounder catches unsuspecting small fish. These moorish idols are closely related to the surgeonfish. Their long mouth is uniquely adapted for feeding on sponges in crevices along the reef. The slow-moving spotted puffer can often be found resting on the bottom. It feeds both day and night, munching on everything from algae to sea urchins. As a defense, the puffer inhales water and puffs up, so predators can't swallow them. Parrotfish have a hard beak that is used for scraping algae off the surface of dead coral. By scraping at the coral, a large parrotfish can create a ton of sand in a year. The well-disguised and poisonous scorpionfish is an ambush predator. Laying motionless until a victim swims by, they quickly lunge out and engulf their prey. The leaf scorpion is hard to find, since it blends in well with its surroundings. Though this may look like a yellow sponge, it is actually the unusual frogfish. They can be found in many colors depending on their environment. A poor swimmer, it often uses its pectoral fins as feet and walks about. This frogfish is propelling itself by forcing a jet of water through its gills. This large needlefish feeds on smaller fish near the surface. Sea urchins, sea stars, and sea cucumbers all belong to a single group of animals called echinoderms. They all possess tube feet ending in suction cups, which they use for movement and attachment. The black sea cucumber grazes with tentacles over rocks, corals, and sand, feeding on algae. This slate pencil urchin has a thick shell and 3 types of spines. The long spines on top are for defense, the shorter spines underneath for holding the urchin in place, and the flat spines for body armor. Hawaiians call venomous sea urchins vana, which means long point. Although the long spines look very sharp, the truly painful ones are short and thin. The crown of thorns sea star feeds on living coral by extruding its stomach onto the coral and releasing digestive juices. The spines on this sea star are capable of inflicting a painful wound to divers. The cushion or pillow star can grow as large as 10 inches across. While this sea star has an unusual shape, the star pattern can be seen on the underside. The brittle star is aptly named. When a predator bites an arm, it quickly breaks off and the brittle star scurries away. Cowries, like this tiger and mole cowrie, have a fleshy membrane or mantle that can be extended to cover the entire shell. The mantle is responsible for building and polishing the shell and creating its colorful pattern. This coral-banded shrimp is seen in tropical seas around the world. Usually occurring in pairs, they are often found in crevices and under ledges. A Hawaiian legend tells how the 7-11 crab got its spots. A sea god, wishing to eat the crab, grabbed it, only to be pinched, drawing blood. The god tried 3 more times to grab the crab, leaving bloody fingerprints each time. The spiny lobster is found in caves and under ledges. It has no claws and can grow to be as large as 2 feet. The spiny lobster eats crabs and shrimp. The sponge crab has a back pair of legs adapted for holding a sponge to hide under. Closely related to sharks, these spotted eagle rays are graceful swimmers. They bear a venomous barb at the base of their tail and can reach over 6 feet across. These eagle rays appear to be engaged in courtship. The male often bites the female during the pursuit. The manta ray can grow to 20 feet across. Those seen in Hawaii are usually smaller. Feeding exclusively on plankton, the manta's dramatic appearance often belies its docile nature. Its large mouth and horns, designed to collect plankton, have resulted in its nickname, devilfish. Sharks are some of the most feared and misunderstood sea creatures in the waters around Hawaii. Revered by the Hawaiians, sharks like these white-tip reef sharks can be found on most reefs, resting under ledges or in caves. Primarily feeding at night, they often prey on fish, octopus, and lobster. The white tip is not considered dangerous to humans. While the shark inspires fear, the dolphin captures our hearts. Dolphins are common in Hawaiian waters, often traveling in large pods. Capable of obtaining incredible speeds, they frequently play in the bow waves of fast-moving boats. One of Hawaii's greatest spectacles is the visiting humpback whale. Easily seen during the winter months, they can grow to over 45 feet. The humpback stays in Hawaii for 5 to 6 months to mate and give birth, and then returns to its summer home in the northern Pacific. Lunging out of the water or breaching is a spectacular and common sight along island coastlines. Other behaviors include tail and fin slapping. Whale songs, sung by the males, are composed of whistles, chirps, squeals, and grunts, organized into repeating phrases. Individual whales can be identified by the pattern on their tails, like a fingerprint. When you see the animal's tail, it's usually an indication that it's about to make a deep dive, perhaps staying down as long as 20 minutes. The Hawaiian monk seals are one of only 2 monk seal populations left in the world. This endangered species is found more commonly in the uninhabited northwest Hawaiian Islands, where they reside unmolested by humans. Occasionally, they can be seen lounging around the main islands, taking it easy after long open ocean swims. Green sea turtles are entrancing swimmers, feeding mostly on plants and algae. They have been known to swim over 1,000 miles to return to their birthplace to lay eggs. Male turtles are equipped with claws on their front flippers to grip the female during copulation. It is believed that green sea turtles take over 20 years to reach sexual maturity. The turtle's nostrils are located at the tip of its nose, so only the tiniest part need break the surface to breathe. Their shell is jointed, allowing it to expand to take in plenty of air for deep dives. Though a threatened species, their numbers are on the rise. The underwater world of Hawaii is filled with many fascinating creatures. But this world is fragile and needs your help if it is to survive for future generations. Many activities threaten our marine environment: runoff, untreated sewage, improper boating and anchoring practices, and overfishing. Please contact your favorite ocean conservation group and find out how you can help. Together, we can make a difference.